Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to some inspiration. My name is Vladica Djordjevic, and I am here together with my hosts, Ritu, Hiral, and Priyanka, and some of you wonderful, wonderful people that has joined to be inspired, I hope, to get some tips and some tools. And also this Zoom is an invitation for my upcoming schedule to Dubai. And I really hope to see you all in the class. So today we are going to talk about the power of your body. And I have a question to start with. So how long have you decided you will have this body for? Is it 50 years, 80 years, 100 years? So just get that energy, what you have decided, and what happened to you when I asked this question. And I'm asking that question because instead of seeing your body, as a physical body, you could actually have a freedom to see your body as consciousness. And you could have a freedom to trust your body and your body to trust you. But what we tend to do is we spend a lot of time outside the body and we don't trust the body. We judge the body, and then our body starts to reject us. So how much of your body is rejecting you at this moment? And everything that you have done to create that relationship and to distrust your body and create a lack of trust between you and your body, will you now please revoke, recant, rescind, reclaim, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate it all? And if you have never heard about Access Consciousness, you can find it on accessconsciousness.com. And I'm going to use the clearing statement where we go to the energy to change that one molecule that created that limitation and that separation between you and your body. And that is actually right, wrong, good, bad, pod, poc, all nice, shorts, boys, and beyonds. So welcome. My name is Vladislavs Djordjevic, and the first time I realized that my body was speaking very loud to me, that was actually a long time ago. It was more than 20 years ago, and I suffered a lot from some undefinable pain, and I had eczema all over my body. So doctors gave me the diagnosis fibromyalgia. And I was actually not willing to just accept that as the judgment that I have a disease. So I actually started to ask questions. I didn't know at that time about Access Consciousness. So I asked, so what am I allergic to? And why is this happening? Why is this showing up? What is it that my body is trying to tell me? And the first method that I came in contact with at that time was something that is called Feldenkrais method. And that was a way of relaxing your muscles and actually using the muscles that are not in pain. And for me, that was like a radical transformation, and it was amazing, which led me to the next step. I was fascinated then by homeopathy. You know, the medicine that is said to be a placebo, you can't say that that is a medicine, but actually everything comes from the earth. Later on, Hatha Yoga, Kriya Yoga, and then I found Kundalini Yoga. And then I found Nia dance, a way of moving your body and allowing actually your body to access the power of healing. And then in this process, which took me maybe 10 years or even more, I found Access Consciousness 2010. And the first time I met Gary Douglas, he and I was so I was so much, because I used to work in the business world, in the corporate world. And for me, my only interest coming to Access was to get the tools so I can become even more successful in my life. And he said to me, I think you like bodies. And I was shocked. And I said, I don't like bodies. I don't even like my body. But this is actually what he said. And when I became a facilitator, I didn't become a body class facilitator immediately, but this was a process into something totally different, where suddenly I included my body in everything. I realized and I become aware of how I can understand the energy of my body, how my body is speaking to me, and that it's not only the physical, but we create bodies on an energetic level. And I was so fascinated by it. So I actually became a 3-day body class facilitator. I think it was 5 years ago. And my first class was in Ankara in Turkey. It was amazing. It was a big class with more than 30 people. And this was, for me, all right, this is my path and this is what I want to do. I would love to contribute to people to get out of judgments, to indulge all the capacities of their bodies and allow them to show up so that life can be easier. And I really happen to believe that we all have a power in our hands to change everything that is going on with our bodies. And we have also the power in our hands to contribute the energy to the earth. So the healing starts with us, and it actually starts right now and right here. So it doesn't matter what has been in the past. What matters is, what would you like to choose today? What action can you take today that will create the change that you are asking for? When we function with our bodies from a greater level of awareness, there is actually no force. It's just a flow. And we don't have to go through all the limitations. We can dance with the change. So with this, I would really like to say that you all have a power to heal your own behavior, to create the body that creates your future. And you can also listen to the earth and be inspired and receive the contribution from the earth, because we come from the earth, right? And our body will go back to the earth. So what if it is really possible to change the buttons that you have made so real, that is limiting you, that is actually destroying and creating disease, so that you know somewhere that you can express yourself in the full expression of life. So as we become more and more aware, we stop feeling guilty, ashamed, or judging our beautiful bodies. And when we stop doing that, when we stop apologizing that we are in a fat body or a slim body or a black body or a white body or a yellow body, does it matter? No. It doesn't matter what kind of color we have, what kind of size we have, and what matter is, it's our choice. And we came actually here by choice on the planet. We have chosen the culture, we have chosen to embody this whole reality. Personally, I've stopped apologizing for everything. I laugh at things that doesn't go as I want them to, because what if we can function from that energy? It is much more fun. We have another vitality. We look younger, we feel younger, and we have much more energy. And for me personally, is the older I get, the more alive and a sense of peace I have with my body. And what would the world look like? This is the question that I ask myself every day, facilitating those classes globally. What would the world look like if each one of us navigated through the world with no apologies anymore of who we are and that we can fully own our body. So to make peace with this, it looks a little bit different and it takes a little bit of time. Because we are all unique and we all have our experience, our unique experience. We all have our points of views about what we have decided is right or wrong about our bodies. So to make peace is really to communicate and to be in communion and understand and know your body's way. This is your only partner. This is your best friend. This is your love affair. This is your joy. Your body is everything, actually. And the experience, you experience everything through your body. So this is what we do in a 3-day body class. Actually, we are being on a massage table for 3 days. We learn 52 energetic body processes, where we go to the places and spaces where we have locked ourselves into judgment, into limitations, into trauma, into drama, into a lot of stuff. We can actually go back in time and we can change the future. So consider for a moment that you are perceiving and receiving your body in totality. And you have this constant flow of energy and information. And your body is changing its atoms and molecules with the rest of the universe all the time. So in fact, you are actually doing that right now. You are not the same body that woke up this morning or a few minutes ago. You have already changed, and your trillion of cells are constantly talking to each other all the time. This is actually what keeps your heart beating, your digestion, that protects you from infections, from disease, and that keeps you alive. And what if you think that you maybe don't have a control over all of this stuff, and your mind is many times taking power over your body? But your thinking, what your thinking does, it actually sends information that travels through your cells, and it creates some kind of trouble that we have with your body. So with this saying, I would like to say that when your awareness is contracted, it is also the same with the flow of energy and the information that you are willing to allow yourself to receive. So you get stuck into toxic emotions such as guilt, shame, blame, regret, and there are many, many, jealousy, anger. I don't even know. I can't remember them right now, but this is what we teach you in the foundation class, in the 4-day class, that there are the distractor implants that are actually running your life. And this is the things that has been implanted in us through lifetimes. So the more you expand your awareness and the more you are becoming in communion with your body, your energy will flow freely and you will become much more flexible, much more balanced, much more creative, and you will open up for loads of possibility. And in this level of awareness, you have a totally different power actually to create your life. Because you will become much more excited about life. You will open your eyes in the morning and you can't even wait to start creating. You are not shutting down yourself anymore, but are actually opening up for even the judgments, for everything that you receive, and you know in your universe that you are aware. And every time you ask your body, what are you aware of? You will be able to get that information, and you will actually have much less disease. Do you hear the word? It's not a disease, but ease with your body, and a greater health, a greater happiness and love in your life. So how does that sound to you? Is that interesting? Is it something that you would like to have? The best love affair of your life with your own body? Yes, right? So I would like to demonstrate an exercise that you have this actually in the bars class, I think, and it's called the thymus exercise. And the thymus exercise is something that we recommend that you can do, you can activate on yourself every evening, every morning, and whenever you get a sense that it is required for you to have more energy in your body. But before I do that, I would like to make a pause, and I would like to ask you, do you have any questions for me? Who? Hiral? Who wants? You can just unmute yourself and ask the question.
So, Vladica, how is it that, we have all these emotions at all times, we tend to find ourselves in situations where we are not able to move past our limitations. At certain times, what I noticed with after my first body class is that my body, the molecules literally started to be in a space of mutation where I could just continually, no matter what showed up in my life, I could just continue to, be and create from a space of ease. So my question is that how do these emotions affect the molecules of our body, and how is it that we are creating this disease? What is it that we can do to change the fact that we can create that ease in our space?
Yes, so actually emotions are being created by, so first of all, you have to think something. And when you think something, it becomes a feeling. And the problem here is that we believe that the feelings are true. But feeling, it's actually not a feeling. If you didn't say to yourself, I feel sad, I have pain in my body, I am hurt, but you use another way of communicating to yourself. If you would say instead, I sense sadness, that's actually a different energy instead of I feel. When you say I feel, in that moment, you are actually solidifying that energy as truth, and that becomes a solid emotion. So then your level of vibration or frequency actually change. So let's say that you have different levels. Here, you are like, your molecules are moving, you are excited, but this different level here, that's the level of sadness. And then we have the anger, and then we have something else. So this is actually what we create ourselves. If we all become aware that we have sensations, then we can change how the emotions doesn't become so strong. It's like that easy. You can still have a sense that that emotion is not stuck into your body, because every time you say I feel sad, you actually lock that as a truth, as an emotion in your body. And this, as I said, it becomes so solidified, so it's not moving anymore.
So
The energy is not moving.
Sorry?
Sorry?
It is basically the identification that we have with the
Yes.
feeling. We identify with it.
Yes. And that is how our world is programmed. I mean, as soon as you come into wherever you arrive, in which country, it doesn't matter, you come actually very clean and with a big curiosity. If you look at the babies, they are really curious about everything. They are looking at their fingers, at their skin. There is no shame, no blame, no regret, nothing that is actually called so much as feelings. So what's happening here is, until an age of 7, I think, we have this openness for everything and this curiosity. But then our society, our culture, our parents, everyone is actually teaching us what is right and what is wrong about our bodies. And we buy that as the ultimate truth. And we have to live like this. And this is what creates all those different frequencies or vibrations, call them what you want. So you can't, your molecules are actually not moving in the same way as you would like them to.
It's amazing how, when as we are born and as babies, how we use our body as a sensory, tool
Organism. Yes.
to influence the world through that sensory experience. And we're just being, there's no solidity, there is absolutely no point of view, which is why we are just like babies, have no, they're just happy all the time.
Yes.
And if they feel like they want to, they're not satisfied, they start to cry, they scream, they shout, and they have no restriction whatsoever.
Totally.
No.
So, for example, I am as a person, I can be very intense. I laugh loud. And I was working in the business world for 25 years. And my boss used to say, don't laugh so much. You have to get a little bit more serious, because when you are sitting in a meeting together with the top leaders, if you laugh too much and if your skirts are too short, you will distract them from what is actually going on. So it's so interesting. I mean, it's like we are closing all the doors and the windows of who we are. And as you said, we identify ourselves with the projections that other people project on us. So a great question that I teach people to ask is, okay, the first one, if you have done a foundation class, you know that who does this belong to? Who does this belong to? But another question that I teach people to use is, who am I being right now? And who is watching through my eyes? Who is the seer? That is a question that I like a lot. Because let's say that your mom actually projected on you, or how you are supposed to be, and it becomes unconscious, all of those stuff, and you find yourself 30 years later that you're actually behaving totally as your mom, even if you have a rejection to what she said. And then you are not even aware that you are maintaining actually your mother's agenda or your father's agenda, but you know that inside of you, you don't feel content with yourself and you have no clue what is going on here. So this is the beauty of a body class, but in a soft way. It's not that the facilitator is telling you actually anything. It's just by running the body processes and asking a lot of questions that empowers you to become aware of how you create your body and yourself. You have a chance to actually change this energy. And when you shift your energy, it's like by a miracle that everyone around you shifts also, and you don't have to do so much about it. I mean, you don't have to change your clothes or your makeup or anything. It's just that you have changed. You have changed. You are not going into reaction if somebody is projecting something on you. You just know, okay, they look at me in this way, but this is not who I am. And I can be in this and receive this compliment or judgment or whatever it is, because a compliment is also a judgment actually, without any point of view. So just say thank you for everything. You are ugly, thank you. You are beautiful, thank you. Imagine if you can say that with the same energy. Yes, Ritu.
Question, Ladi, if you have a second.
Yes.
Actually, something that you just said about being, so I was in the corporate world for 20 years as well, and I was actually in a very male-dominated industry.
Yeah, me
usually,
too. Me too. Yes.
With like 15 people, I'd be the only female, you
Yes.
know.
Yes.
And sometimes even younger than most of the men out there. So that was another thing. And one of the things I think I started doing, and a couple of my colleagues had mentioned that, is that I behave like a man when
Yes.
there are times when I do. So even the way I speak or even the way I interact with people would be or what they would call like a man. And I wonder if somewhere I've taken that in some way, shape or form and not even realized it, made it part of my body, made it part of my molecules in some way.
So what if that is your capacity? So our body's capacity is actually to copy other bodies so that you can align and agree with them, so that you can understand them, so that you can be in an environment and be accepted and be included. So yes, yes and yes. Yes, you have probably copied that so that you can fit in and so that you don't have to feel different or strange, and you want to feel respected. And because I did the same thing as you, actually people told me at the end, I quit my job after 25 years, and they told me at the end that, my God, you are even dressing like the man in the corporate world. So I was wearing black suits and I was, and there was no smile on my face. And yeah, so what would, I mean, yes, that's a capacity that our bodies have.
But do we like work with that, or is it something that we need to, it comes back to choice. Do we choose to stay that way, or do we choose to relinquish it? Correct?
Exactly. I mean, it's just a choice. If you prefer to be the male energy, you can be that. So that is a capacity. It's nothing wrong with that. We have both energies. There are just energies. So whatever energy you are willing to bring into your body, this is the energy that you will project to the outer world. And as long as you are happy with your body, it actually doesn't matter. But the moment that you judge your body, that you are not being you, that you are not sensing yourself, that is when you have actually separated from you, and you have walls and you have barriers and you are not receiving anything. So our main target with everything in those classes is to give you the tools so that you can receive you in totality, with no apologize, with the beauty that you be, with everything as you be. Because when you are you, this is what inspires people. This is when your body is vital and you are like, you are being that exuberance expression of life. So yeah, thank you for the question.
Thank you.
Okay.
So I have another question.
Yes.
So it's actually from my friend who was just here, but she had to leave. So her question was, so she's like, she feels that she perceives she's been blocking things into her body from her family. So all of their diseases and genetic disorders, and she feels like it's accumulating on her body as weight as well. So her question is it possible to let go of that? And the second question is, why do we choose to do that?
Because we care, because we are kind. There are many reasons why we choose that. Of course, I mean, first of all, she has to destroy and uncreate everywhere where she's healing other people. So she has to ask herself, am I a healer? And is this person willing to receive the healing? Because, you know, some people don't want to receive healing. And if you have a capacity to heal their bodies, what you do is that you destroy your own body, because you are so much willing to give to them and to change the situation, and they are not willing to receive from you. So the question is this person or body willing to receive from me? What contribution can I be and receive here? And so that she actually can receive the information. And she also has to start to ask herself if that's her capacity, because some people are really walking, talking healers. Then she has to ask her body to make it easier on her. So she can ask actually, body, what energy, space, and consciousness can we be to make this easier on us? And also she can ask, what would it take to dissipate this energy with total ease? Because, I mean, if you are a therapist and you work with people, you are aware. If you are not a therapist, you are aware. We are all aware of each other. But if we work as therapists, or if we care too much, some people just care too much. And then they are trying to pull out the disease from other people's bodies. That is possible, because that is a capacity. But maybe not kind. So she really has to be in the question here. What is required? What is she aware of? And is this person or body willing to receive this change? Because some bodies are not. So how many of you here are healers, actually? All of you? Yeah. I love your background, Priyanka. It's like, it's so fascinating. Every time we have you on Zoom, you have something going on out there, like energy, energy. Okay, anything else?
I have a question. I'm not sure if I should be asking this, but let's say if I'm working with a client with the body and they constantly complain of entities while I don't perceive any. So how should I go with it? Like so that's like something which creates a lot of confusion. Like me, if I'm coming from that space of consciousness, working on someone, but someone is so, I mean, of course, people are aware of their bodies. So if someone is so sure about it, but I don't get that sense. So how should I approach that?
It was so funny when you asked the question. You said, if I'm working on someone that has a body, what other capacities do you have? Okay, so anyhow, to answer your question, so some people are making entities more powerful than themselves. They like to put their power into something else. So what I would suggest, if I was you, I would ask, so is an entity more powerful than you? Would you be willing to allow yourself to be in your potent and powerful capacity? And I would explain that everything that you make so significant becomes more powerful than you. So if you talk about entities all the time, personally, I don't talk so much about entities. If you talk about entities all the time, you are actually giving them the power and you are making them more powerful than you. So ask her, who is the biggest entity in your life? It's you. Who is the biggest demon in your life? It's you. And then they will start to laugh, because it's true. It's true. Demons exist, or that energy, because you are inviting it. Every time you play weak and you say, oh my God, help me, can someone help me here? What you do, you are inviting someone else to drive your car. But if you put yourself into the driver's seat, you are the leader of your life, you are the leader of and the creator of everything in your life, then entities, yeah, you can use them if you want to, if it's fun for you. You can create with them, probably. And again, I'm saying I wouldn't make them more powerful than you. Does this help?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're beautiful, by the way.
Oh, thank you so much. You're awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Or would you like us to do the exercise? The timeless exercise? So I will, to wrap it up here. So I'm coming to Dubai, and we are having an evening class called You Are the Power. And just a second, I'm actually, here is my book. You can find it on Access Consciousness website. My book is called You Are the Power, Choose to Create the Life That You Desire. And I have created a program inspired by my book. And we will have an evening class. And on the 5th, 6th, and 7th, we are having a 3-day body class. And please talk to Ritu and talk to Hiral about the class, whatever questions you may have about it. You can, of course, always send me a text message too, but they are my hosts, and we are creating this together. So I'm happy if you can talk to them. And I'm really excited. I've been in Dubai a couple of years ago. I love it. And I'm really excited about coming to your country, and all of your questions stimulates actually my awareness and challenge me to be and outcreate myself every day. So just bring your questions, baby, and let's see where we can go and where we can take this class and what contribution it can be to your bodies and for the change that you are asking for. So before ending this, I would like to give you some questions, and the questions that I propose that you ask your body, instead you're making your body wrong, that it hurts, or that you have intensity, ask, what am I aware of? Body, show me. The second question is, who does this belong to? Is this mine, something else, or somebody else's? These are actually the top questions from Access Consciousness. And if you get that, oh no, this is not mine, okay, return it to sender with consciousness attached. But if it is yours, ask yourself, when did I make it mine? And am I willing to change it now? Because it's actually possible. And if you get something else, it may be that if you have pain in your body, that you actually, there is something you are not willing to be aware of, or the earth is asking for your energy. So a fantastic tool to use, it's like, connect with the planet Earth and just bring that energy up and just put it here in front of you. And on 3, you give that energy to the earth. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And you do that like 25 times. And then you do a 4 to create something better. So this is some of the tools that you can use until we see each other in Dubai. And I will, of course, I have a toolbox, a portfolio with thousands of tools, and we will have a lot of fun. And I will also like to gift you this timeless exercise. If you feel tired, or, you know, some people just drain you. There are different energies in the world. If we are givers and we love to gift energy to people, many times we allow people to suck our energy. So you really have to restore that by yourself. So if your body requires more energy, I'm asking you to ask your timeless exercise to run. And you do that actually very easy. You just do a little balancing of your body. So you can imagine yourself, either you are sitting on a chair with your feet touching the ground, or you are standing up. Standing up is maybe easier, but you can also lie down in your bed. So you just imagine that you are connecting with the universe, and you start to pull energy through the planet. And you pull that energy through your fingers, into your arms, and into your shoulders. You pull it through your both hands and through your fingers, up your elbows, into your shoulders, and into your heart. And then you just ask that energy to move down into your legs, into your feet, and out your toes. And at the same time, while this is going on, you're just connecting with the planet. Imagine that you have roots from your toes going down into the source of the earth, like a tree. And then you are pulling that energy into your toes, through your body, through the totality of your hands as well. And you are opening your crown chakra, and you just pull energy down through the center of your body, and you clear it through the earth. And you just ask your body to balance this, to balance the energy within you. So just do it for a couple of times, for a couple of minutes, please, every evening and every morning. And one exercise that I love to add to that, it's when I have done that, I'm actually shaking my elbows like this. So just try it. It's so funny, because this is like, it's strengthening your nervous system, and your energy becomes lighter. So that's my own exercise. It's not from the body class, but I just add that because it becomes a lot of fun. So just try it. Ask those questions, activate your timeless exercise, and let me know how you feel. Is that Susanna that did the body class with me? Yes? Online? Yay, nice to see you. Oh my God, I'm so happy to see you guys. So funny. Thank you. Thank you for showing up and coming on. Yes, I think that's it for today. This is my inspiration. And if you like my energy, because it's always about the energy, and if you get a sense that, so if I do this class with Vladica, will it change my life? Will it be a contribution to my future? Will it make me happier? Will it gift me more energy? Ask questions like this. Don't look at your time schedule or your money or your disease, because the three things that we will always find as an excuse is, I don't have the time right now, I don't have the money right now, and I don't feel so good in my body. And it may be that before the body class, you will get some sensations in your body, and it doesn't mean that you are sick. Many times when we choose a class, actually the energy is already working. The class is already there for you. So just make that choice and decide and commit. If you could commit to your life, if you could commit to you, what would you choose? That's my question. Yeah. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Ritu. Thank you, Hiral. Thank you, Bianca, Faiza. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vladica. It was lovely.
Thank you.
We're really looking forward to having you here in Dubai. Just a quick thing, guys, just like Vladica said, please get in touch with me or with Hiral at any point in time. Our phones and email addresses are on the Facebook tiles, and I'll be putting stuff up on my Instagram, and Hiral has also put stuff on her website. Hiral, if you want to tell everybody, Divine You Life, I believe.
Life. Yes.
Yes. And so if you can just look at those, if you need any information from any one of us, please get in touch.
And if you haven't done any foundation class and you need that as a prereqs for your class, so it's required bars, foundation, maybe Ritu, and I know Hiral, she's a CF, maybe you have a class scheduled before.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So I'll put it across, and yes, what else is possible?
What else is possible?
Yes.
Yes, great question. What else is possible? Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye. See you. Bye.
See you soon.